everybody, it's Nicole, and today I want to show you how to apply LimeLight by Alcone's Botanical Foundation, which is this right here in this palette. Of course, you can get it individually. I just have it in a palette with two of LimeLight's concealers as well. And I'm going to be showing you how to apply it with a buffing brush. It's basically a stippling brush. And that is why you get to see my face without any foundation on, and I have a super good hormonal breakout going on down here for you. So we're going to show you how we're going to cover that up. This is so easy to do. The first thing to remember is that a little bit goes a long way with this foundation. It's about 50% pigment, so you don't need a ton to cover up what you need to cover up. So I like to work in light layers and then build where I need to build. You can get fabulous coverage from this foundation doing it that way. The other thing to remember is that this is a wax-based foundation, which sounds really weird to a lot of people, but it's going to warm with your skin and therefore be super duper blendable, and it's gonna look just like skin when you have it on, which is amazing. And the third thing I want to tell you is you want to make sure that you have your skin prepped. So of course cleansed and moisturized. Now I am an oily skinned girl, and so I know that sometimes the idea of moisture is scary to oily skinned people. Do not be afraid, okay? Moisturizer is your friend, even if you're oily. You just have to have the right kind. I personally use LimeLight's Calm Balm because I know I'll get asked. So I already have that on and my skin's exfoliated and everything, because you don't want dry patches or anything like that. Also, if you choose and if you feel like a primer will help, you can always add a primer to your skin before the foundation. I like the First Base Makeup Primer from LimeLight by Alcone. It's just a spray primer. Okay, now we're gonna dig in. So you can just take the stippling brush and dip it into your foundation a little bit and come here on your skin and sort of spread it out a little, and then you're just going to buff it in really well to the skin. Now, if you feel like it's not going on quite as smoothly as you would like, remember this foundation likes to be warm, so you can always take a spatula or even kind of the end of your brush and get a little bit of foundation, put it on the back of your hand and sort of break down that foundation with your fingers or whatever, like so, and then dip your brush in there. And then same procedure, you're going to come onto your face and just buff it all in there. Now I do tend to work from the center of my face out because I tend to need more coverage in the center of my face, and then I blend it on out. Today, because of this breakout, I'm gonna need a little more coverage on the edges, but I do start from the center out and just working in small-ish circles to make sure you get that nice, even, blended coverage. Okay, terrific. That is all done. And at this point, if you feel like you need to use concealer on any part of your face, I usually end up using it right here on my dark circles if I feel like I didn't get enough coverage that day or whatever. Now would be the time to come in with your concealers and spot cover those things. Now, I like to seal with a powder, mostly because I am oily. And if you're afraid of the cream type makeup, remember it's not a cream, it's a wax, first of all. And second of all, as an oily girl, like I said, I haven't had any issues with it causing me to create excess oil throughout the day, but I do like to seal with LimeLight's Perfect Colorless Powder. And you can tell that I've put a hurtin' on this one. and just a big powder brush. And you can do this lightly if you feel like you just need a light seal on that foundation. You can do it a little more heavily in your T-zone if you feel like you need a little more oil control because you're naturally oily anyway. Whatever you want to do. I tend to seal a little bit more in the T-zone and then go on out, just patting the powder onto the foundation. And as you can see, although it looks white in the pan, this is a colorless translucent powder, so it's going to go with any skin tone no matter what. And that is how you apply LimeLight by Alcone's Botanical Foundation using a stippling brush. That's one technique, my personal favorite technique, but there are other ways to apply out there, such as with a different foundation brush or a sponge, whatever. But those are the basics of this foundation. Now at this point you can do your blushers, bronzers, highlighters, whatever you do. You can do your 10 years younger finishing spray or whatever finishing spray you like to use, and you're done. So, oh, and your eyes, which I already had done, I guess. So that is the basics, and I hope that helps you guys a little bit to understand how this fabulous foundation works. And it works so well for everyone, for all skin types. I just cannot say enough about it. Like, I can't stop talking about it. But I will now, because I'm gonna let you go. But remember that if you want to see more tutorials, you can follow me on Facebook or on YouTube. I'm Nicole DuPont. Or if you want to find me on Twitter or Periscope, I'm at coleedupont. That's at COLEEDUPONT. And I will talk to you all later. Bye!